thank everybody, all the families that helped get these young men here on campus today, and to help make it possible for them to come visit our university, to make these tough decisions and to pick a university that's going to fit them for the next 4 to 5 years. And that means a lot, because you're going to be the support that there's going to be a lot of highs and a lot of lows over the next 4 to 5 years that they're going to have to lean on, along with us as the coaching staff and people here as part of this university. But we got a great university, a very supportive university, and administration that supports you guys as athletes and as students. The number one thing you're coming here for is to get an education. But the countless hours that these coaches have spent with you in building relationships, not only them and me, and the time we sit down in the office and spend time with each other, but we look for three characteristics on evaluating you guys to come to the University of Pikeville. We want to get a great education while we're at the University of Pikeville, find high quality young men that's going to get it done in the classroom. That education means a lot. This class has an average of a 20 ACT and a 3.0 in the classroom in high school. We want to maintain that while you're here. We want to be above a 2.6 GPA. We want to push for that 3.0 day in and day out, all of us. We're going to find quality young men in the community that's going to do things the right way and lead by example. Because you don't just represent yourself, you represent the University of Pikeville and us as a family now. We are your new family and new brothers for the next 4 to 5 years. And in order to do special things, you got to lean on each other and be there for each other through thick and thin. And then we look at your football skills. Because if you have those other two, we're going to make you successful on the football field. That's how you win championships. It's been proven. You got a lot of great people here that support you guys, and the people that you got to lean on, our financial aid, our student success, student services, our admissions department. You're going to be making a lot of phone calls to those people over the next 4 to 5 months before we get on campus. They're here for you guys. Okay, make sure we utilize them, and thank you guys for being here today to support these young men on this campus, them and their families. I greatly appreciate you all as well. But as this time changes, and as you sign your letter of intent, this is a decision you've made for the next 4 to 5 years. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but we're going to stick together through thick and thin. We've now turned the corner to win conference championships. The day in and day out, you've got to put the work in. In the weight room, on the field, in the classroom, study hall hours. It's a tall task for each and every one of you, and we all know that, and we've discussed it. But we're going to be successful as young men. We're going to live and die by the core. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to be a gentleman, and we're going to love our brothers. And if we do those things, we're going to be very successful, and it's going to change your life. You're going to be a better man at the end of the day. I hope each and every one of you get an opportunity to play in the NFL. Come back, we'll name some facility 10 times this size after you, just like I've told you, all right, guys? But if not, we're going to walk away with a diploma at the end of the day. And it's about graduating young men. That's the difference it's going to change in your life, our lives. We get more out of that as a coaching staff to watch you walk across that stage and get that diploma in 4 to 5 years. That's what puts a smile on our face. When we get to watch our 18 seniors from this year walk across the stage and get their diploma come May. That's what it's about in changing your life and helping set you up for life after football. Let football help you get an education to be successful later on in life. Now, as we get to talk about our signing class, special day, had a lot of holes to fill because with 18 seniors, you've got to bring in some guys and be able to come in and contribute and compete for jobs and create depth on this football team. 21 defensive players, 19 offensive players, and 1 kicker punter in this class. A lot of guys that can come in here and compete. But like I told you from day one in the recruiting process, it's about coming in here and competing for a job. There's no promises as in you're going to be a starter, because I don't make that promise to you. But I'll tell you this, you get the opportunity day in and day out to come in here and compete for a job, to be a champion, and to be a starter. Whether it's week 1 or whether it's week 11, you never know when your number is going to be called. You got to prepare every single day that you're going to be out there to be that guy. So when your number's called that, hey, you might be on the last play of the game and you're a backup and your number gets called to go out there to make the game-winning tackle on the 1 yard line, to, hey, start the season off to be 1-0. That happened this year. Or, hey, you might be on the field goal team and you have to block for the kicker to make a 41-yarder to win a championship on the road. Everybody contributes. But you got to push each other, be dedicated day in and day out in order to compete for championships. We've changed the culture here. We're going to continue to do that and finding the right young men that want to do that, and you guys are it. Now let's win 3, 4 conference championships together, and now let's push to be a national powerhouse and get into the playoffs. That's our next goal, is to compete for national championships. Let's do something that's never been done here before at the University of Pikeville, and let's compete for a football national championship. But it starts today. And as we get ready to go through this and introduce our class, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you up here on the stage to take pictures, and we'll sign our letter of intent. We get to show some highlights of each player. But one last thing I'd like to do is introduce our coaching staff, just in case some of the family members that didn't get to make the visit get to meet everybody on staff. And that's something big to me is our coaching staff, because, hey, we're not successful without these guys right here on the stage day in and day out putting the hard work in. Andrew Susi, our defensive line assistant strength coach. Eric Mobley, offensive line head strength coach. Brett Blasco, quarterback coach. Jim Liddell, our linebacker coach. Sorry, Coach. Coach Derek Lucas, our running back coach. Coach Paris Huddleston, our defensive GA. Justin Lamb, co-offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach. Coach Brian Williams, assistant head coach, recruiting coordinator, and defensive coordinator. Give these guys a round of applause. Now to get to the time that what we all been waiting for is to get this show on the road, and let's get some letter of intent signed and make you guys some Bears, and let's start this journey together right here in the next few minutes. Go Bears.